I didn't think it was a male. I thought it was a male potentially because it was so big, but a male at this hour in the day should be a lot darker because the females don't show that level of color. Look, and you guys are already doing the right thing. You got your phones out, you're taking photographs.
Sometimes we see them with sort of iridescent.
Yeah, you get the turquoises, yeah. Most likely those are males. Yeah, males.
Thank you,
Nina,
thank
I love
you.
your enthusiasm and watching you taking notes. So cool.
So cute.
And then, you know, the obvious thing to get is like
The blue is so beautiful.
so good looking.
How long did it take you to get steady like that?
With the nooses,
Yeah.
you know, actually the funny thing is I didn't really start doing a lot of work on lizards until I started at the museum. So I've only been really doing lizard research for like 5 years.
It's amazing lizard
And
lasso.
Before that, I hardly ever noosed lizards. I mostly worked on frogs and turtles.
Oh,
But
I
yeah,
saw
now we
my
noose
first
them all the
western
time.
pond turtle
Oh,
this
really?
summer in the Sierras. I
Yeah.
was camping.
Yeah.
But I saw one for the first time ever, which was
And that,
really
I didn't
cool.
talk about those. The turtle that would have been down here historically, all through the upper parts of the estuary, were the western pond turtle, and they're gone from this area now.
Yeah.
The closest you can get them is
What's the one
Parts
that's
of the
come
Santa
back in
Monica's.
Topanga?
that's the western pond turtle.
That is
Yep.
pond turtle,
Yep.
okay.
Yep. So that's our female western fence lizard, and this is like the common species you're going to see cruising around down here. Yeah, absolutely, yeah, fantastic lizard.
She's even got a tiny bit of blue around her neck.
Yeah, she has a little bit of blue there. I'm trying to see if she has any parasites.
Oh.
Do you have any? Do you have anybody we don't want?
How
to
about,
have?
well, you got a western fence lizard in your hand, talk about Lyme disease?
Yeah, that's why I was looking to see if we had anything. So there's a parasite. So do you see, this is not a tick, but do you see right there, there's a little tiny red dot just behind her knee? That is a little tiny mite. That's a mite right there. So western fence lizards, unlikely down here to be much of an issue. Do
Where
you guys
is
ever get ticks down here?
Where is the
That
mite?
little tiny dot right behind her knee.
Oh,
It's super
yeah.
small. That is a
Yeah, yeah,
mite.
yeah.
But western fence lizards oftentimes get ticks. And this is really, actually a really amazing lizard. So one of the things that this lizard is capable of doing is there's some component of its blood, we don't know what it is, there is some component of its blood that gets rid of the bacterium that causes Lyme disease. So if a tick has the bacterium that causes Lyme disease and it bites a western fence lizard, within 1 to 2 days, that bacterium is largely cleansed from the tick. Tick gets enough of a blood meal, the tick drops off. It then starts seeking out another host, its secondary host. And for a lot of the ticks around here, their first host is either a small lizard or a small mammal, and then they look for a larger mammal, dog, cat, person, deer, rabbit, etc. If they bite a person, and their previous host was something like a deer mouse, and then they bite a person, they might very well transmit Lyme disease. But if their previous host was a western fence lizard, yeah, you might have a tick stuck on you. But that western fence lizard already cleared the bacterium that causes Lyme disease, and you don't have a chance of getting Lyme disease. So these fence lizards do an absolutely amazing service in terms of reducing the likelihood of transmission of Lyme disease.
She looks happy there.
She's shocked that
Biding
she's
her
not
time.
yet been eaten by this horrible predator who just caught her.
So you hold them by the hind leg?
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah. If you were like, I wouldn't pass it to you and expect you to hold it that way, just because it's really easy. You know, you don't want to put too much pressure, and if you don't put enough pressure, then they squirm away. And one of the things that I think is really, really absolutely critical, you know, I wouldn't do this necessarily with like a group of kids.
No,
but-
because that gives them the idea that they
yeah, that you can do this. And you
Yeah.
want to be really careful. You know, and the reason that I use the noose, the reason I don't hand grab lizards, is because you try to hand grab them, and oftentimes you're going to break their tail. So the beauty of doing it this way with the noose is that it doesn't hurt them, right? No tail loss, etc. So you can handle them very carefully. But what's really, really important is, you know, this is her home. This is her territory.